Okay, so first of all, I'm going to type in the number 1. Then in the cell underneath, I'll do equals max and select the cell above. Then I'll type in a colon, and this will automatically put in a second copy of the same cell reference. In the first cell reference, I'll put a $ in front of the row number. So we'll continue to look in that row as I drag the formula down. We'll leave the second cell reference as is, so this will change as we drag the formula down, and the range will expand. And then I'll close brackets and add 1. So at the moment, we're looking for the maximum in just this cell here, which is obviously 1, and then adding 1 to it, which gets us the number 2. And if I drag this down, the range expands. So now looking for the maximum in this range, which is the number 2, and then adding 1 onto it, which gets us 3. I can then drag this down to fill in the rest of the numbers. And if I delete one of these numbers, all of the other numbers update. And that is because we are now looking for the maximum in this range, which is the number 7, and then adding 1 onto it, which gets us 8. In order to get these numbers to go across the columns, we need another maximum formula. And this time the range will be all of these cells in the previous column, and then close brackets and add 1. Then to fill in the rest of this column, I will drag the first formula across and then drag it down. Then I can select all of this column and drag it across to fill in the rest of the numbers. And this will work if we have gaps in the middle of a column or at the end of a column. But if there are missing values in the top row, then it will restart at 1. In order to fix this, I'm going to combine the formulas in the top row with the formulas for all of the rest of the numbers. So I'll start by putting $ in front of the row numbers, so we'll continue to look in the same rows as I drag the formula down. Then we need a second range, and we're going to do the same thing that we did at the beginning. So select the cell above and then type in a colon, and this will automatically put in a second copy of the same cell reference. Then for the first cell reference, we'll put a $ in front of the row number. So we'll continue to look in the same row as we drag the formula down. But we'll leave the second cell reference as is, so that will change as we drag the formula down and the range will expand. And now I can drag this formula down and across and also drag it back on itself to fill in all of the numbers. And we can still delete values in the middle of a column and also at the end of a column. And we can now also delete values in the top row. And this works because the formula is now looking at the numbers in the previous column and the numbers in the column above, and it's looking for the maximum in these two ranges and then adding 1. And if we have a look at the first value here, this maximum formula is getting 0 because it's just looking at blank cells. And then we're adding 1 onto that, so we get 1. And it shouldn't matter that we're looking at the row above, because this most likely is where the column headings are, and the maximum formula will just ignore any text values. Depending on what you have in the first column here, you might need to adjust the first set of formulas so you don't accidentally count something in the first column. Now I'm going to copy this formula, and I'm assuming that you want to do this in order to count the number of values that you have. So I'll paste this formula in here, and then I'll adjust these cell references so they work for this table. And then I'll add in an if test here. And that will be, is this cell blank? And if it is, I want it to give me a blank. And if not, I want it to give me the results of the maximum part of the formula. And close brackets. And a blank cell is represented by 2 quotation marks with nothing in between. And now I can drag this formula down, and you'll see that we get nothing here because there is nothing in the cell next to it. I can then copy this formula across, and this time I need to adjust the cell range because we're now looking at every other column. And then I can drag this formula down and then copy the whole of this column and paste it in here. And this formula is now working because we are looking at the numbers in the previous number column and the numbers in the column above and the value to the side. So if I delete this value here, this number will disappear and the numbers underneath will update. Okay, so in this video I have shown you how to get a sequence of numbers with gaps going across columns in Excel, and that is everything.